What you see on my social media just isn't the entire truth, because these days you'll see me in my 4 a.m. cold showers and dancing around with lines on my stomach and living in Hollywood and getting all the glam on set. And oh my goodness, I am so grateful and I truly feel that I'm getting to live the dream. But when you only see these parts of my life, I feel like I'm not giving you the entire truth or picture of what's actually going on behind the scenes. And so in today's video, I am bringing you with me for a week in my life where I share a lot of the maybe not so typically shown on social media parts of my life. We're gonna get into the truth about my morning routine. It's something that I don't really want to share because it can just be judged in so many ways. Nutrition and hunger levels to keep my physique, alcohol, lack of motivation, dating, friendships, living in Hollywood, away from my family, and how I make choices in my life that for some may seem like unworthy sacrifices, but that to me feel like I'm living in alignment with what I deep down want, and how you can do that in your life as well. Because in life, when we want something, we gotta make sacrifices. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Have a beautiful week this week. Go do something challenging, and if you do, you're gonna feel so badass. And if you feel badass, you're gonna have a badass. Hey. Slow. Whip it around. And then hit one. When do I go to bed?
You wake up at 2, so...
No, not normally. 4.
Oh,
this week 3, because we had to be on set early.
Oh, yeah.
I did the other day. I had to edit a YouTube video. So I definitely don't feel like sharing this, but it's right now 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm editing this video. And people will think I'm crazy, but I fell asleep at 7 yesterday because I was just knocked out. And I really enjoy this. Like, I think it's so fun. I wake up and I just get so excited to do this. And I know that that's strange, and I know that not a lot of people, like, people will say I'm crazy, but that is just how I feel, and it does happen sometimes. Not always, obviously, but you know, some people will stay up till 3 and edit. I just instead go to bed early, and then I get up early. And I already did my morning routine because I woke up a little early today, but I did get my hours of sleep because I fell asleep so early. So it's something that I don't really want to share because it can just be judged in so many ways. But today that was what happened, and it's not always the case, but we're sharing the truth this week. So ugly truth about my early morning routine is that I go to bed so that I'm asleep at 8. That does make me skip out on friend activities at night, but this is how I've chosen to live my life because it's really what brings me so much joy. Yesterday, I got a call from my brother saying that my granddad is in the hospital and that he may not make it, and I'm in Los Angeles. And I knew that things like this could potentially happen with me choosing to live on the other side of the planet, and my granddad has been like a dad to me my entire life, and so that's obviously challenging, and it's a sacrifice that I've made. I have another shoot day today, which I'm obviously so incredibly grateful for. I love it here. But if he's not getting better, as soon as we're done with these shoot days, I'm definitely gonna be flying to Denmark, which I'm privileged to be able to even do. But we just often see the beautiful things, like me living in Los Angeles and going on these shoots, or just doing YouTube and little like silly videos on the internet. But life happens, right? And I guess that's a sacrifice that we gotta make if we're thinking about moving away from our home country. It's so easy to look at someone's life and think of all the good that they have and like, oh, I wish I had the courage to move away from home. But we just have to be aware that with that comes sacrifices, just like with anything else, right? Great, thank you. I feel so pretty now.
Ooh, something in this tone. Well, whether it's frosty or, oh yes, word.
She put these tones to make my eyes bigger?
Yes. So to kind of bring the color in here, up here, and look up. And a little bit underneath here will really open up and brighten your eyes.
Thank you. I do feel like they're brighter. Wow. I need to learn my makeup skills. However, I do really feel like I've learned how to work through challenges that come my way whilst also feeling joyful on the inside. But we'll chat about that more later in this video. I get a lot of questions about my physique, and I feel like I've shared a lot on my channel, but I really want to tell you the absolute truth. When people see me, they think that I walk around hungry, and this is just absolutely not true. I rarely allow myself to feel hungry, and I find that whenever I have had one of those days where I don't eat enough and I end up being really hungry, those are the days where I end up eating most, and I don't make the eating choices that I know feel the absolute best within my body. We're just taping my shorts here before the shoot.
A good spot. Do you like it there?
I love it there.
You were so cute. I love you.
You ready? I'm ready! So that we make sure that they don't fall off my butt as we roll the cameras. Also, on shoot days like this, there are so many snacks to choose from, but I've been sticking to fruits, nuts, the egg bites, and just healthier options. I low-key eat 20 of these a day. I'm addicted. And I just can't get enough. For me to feel fueled for my workouts and stay on track with the nutrition that I feel is aligned with my long-term goals. And making eating choices like that, of course, some would see as a sacrifice. And to me, it's just more living in alignment with what I deep down want for my life. Does anyone eat their apples so much so that there's only this left? Do you guys do that?
I do.
You do?
I do.
So you eat all the little things?
I eat the whole thing.
I've heard it's not good for you, but I do it anyway.
So do I.
That's delicious.
Look at these clothes. Wow, wow. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, okay. A little clothesline pull up. Come on, Pernille. Ah, that was so fun.
On this shoot day, we had some teriyaki for lunch, and I typically by myself would never order that, but because it was what was served to me, I eat it. Just know that that's not something I do on a daily basis. It's more of a special occasion kind of thing. And the question is, are we willing to do that, right? If you want abs, you have to be willing to sacrifice the hours that are spent in the gym to get there, or maybe the everyday chips or ice cream or candy that you enjoy so much. Not saying that you can't have that a little bit every day, but you may not be able to have it at the same degree. Like I eat something sweet every day, or not every day, but I allow myself to do that, but just overall there may be more sacrifices to be made. And the question is, am I actually willing to do that? And if you're not, then stop beating yourself in the head over not doing it, because why would you do that to yourself? You don't really want that lifestyle anyway. So I have at least one day a week where I go a little extra ham on the treats, but I'm just maintaining, so I'm not trying to lose weight or gain weight. If I move a lot, then I will eat a lot. I think what I've been really good at is staying consistent with the habits and the types of foods that I eat, even on the days where I go a little extra ham. Good morning, friends. Today on Pernilla's TV channel, we're going to be doing some side lunges.
Oh, okay.
And while we do that, we're going to take a bite of our apple and coffee. And then we're going to show what we have inside of our packages.
That's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough spots for me.
We're done for today, but thank you for joining.
Time to eat.
Amala,
Yes.
you're crushing it.
Thank you.
Sacrifices. Do you feel you need to make sacrifices in your life in order to get to...
Of course, you have to have some sacrifice, right? Maybe not go out and party all night.
Let's actually chat about that. Do you feel like you've made any sacrifices on your fitness journey?
Yes, I think my biggest one recently is I gave up partying and drinking alcohol. Yes.
Same.
Oh snap.
Has it been worth it, you feel?
Totally worth it, yeah. I mean, alcohol literally stops your muscles from growing. It literally stops the process.
I did not know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. I didn't even know that until my coach told me. So, just, I mean, I'm not trying to demonize it, but just know what you're putting in your body, you know?
So how?
Whenever you drink alcohol, your body has to metabolize the alcohol because it's literally poison. So it stops muscle synthesis to process the alcohol. It has to stop one process to do another. So yeah, I don't know if that's the exact science, but it's something like that.
Mama Swole! Check her out. As you can tell, I clearly was not aware of this. I just stopped drinking alcohol because I wanted to feel good in the morning and keep up with my progress. And I don't think there's anything wrong with drinking alcohol. And you know what? I'm still gonna do it if I feel like it on any given day. The last 3 or 4 years, it's just been about once or a few times a year if I felt like it on a given day, and I have a lot of fun regardless. I am having a lazy day today. I feel like I've had like a few weeks where I've just been going non-stop, and this morning I've been working all morning, and now I just want to lay here. I might actually go to the gym mostly to film some content, but I just thought I'd share that because I'm always sharing when I'm like out and going about, so I thought share me being tired and lazy. But I ended up going to the gym, which I'm glad I did because I got a little ride on this, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm picking up chicks with this thing. We're leaving this at the gym. We can just use it to pick up chicks.
And then after the gym, that's when I got the news about my grandpa. So I cried a little bit, but then I went to the park and put my feet in the grass. It really helps me connect and feel more grounded, and so I would hope for you to do the same. If you ever are going through something, then I think it maybe could help you too. And also on the subject of motivation and nature, a few days earlier, I didn't feel motivated to go on this hike. I'm running in front of you.
Grabbing my water.
We're going on a hike. Yeah, grab your water. I haven't drank it, I promise. It is becoming summer in the LA and I love it. But I had the best time because I always do with these people and being in nature. And I'm just saying that so you know that it's normal to not feel motivated to do the thing that you know at the end is gonna make you feel good, and you just have to go there unmotivated because then the motivation's gonna follow. Manuel just asked me if I wanted to help him shoot a video. He said, I have to go fencing. And I didn't know what fencing was, but I said, sure. But, so now we just went fencing. I think I learned some tricks from you. Is this it?
Yep, that's exactly how you fence. You're literally spot on.
Am I master too?
You're literally like, yeah, you're really good. Wow, that's very traditional. Yep,
I learned all the tricks.
that was great. That was almost good.
Good hair too?
Great hair.
Thank you. You maybe remember him. He was one of my dates from my date video.
I was. And now this is it. Second date. Oh, this is not what that's. Yeah, sorry, I just got confused.
This is like the worst day ever. This is like the worst day ever.
Yeah, how did the dating thing go? How's your is your dad?
I honestly haven't been on a single date since.
So you followed through. Congratulations.
Just to quickly catch you up to speed if you have not watched that video. I've not gone on a single day for an entire year and my dad was not very happy about it. What is the question that every time I call you, you ask me?
I asked you if you've been on a date.
And well, in all of 2022, I've let him down because I've been on exactly 0 dates. But I want to make my dad happy and I also want him to not ask me that question anymore. So I came up with a solution. If I promise you to go on at least 10 dates before the year's over, will you then stop asking me that question?
Yes.
And so I went on 10 dates in 24 hours and have not gone on one since because I have simply friend zoned any guy that has come into my life. I've been doing just perfectly great at that.
Wow.
So I feel like I need to put this in the vlog just because I was like, this is a vlog where I'm being real and like sharing the truth. And I have not been on a date for a year and a half, but I'm hanging out with someone. And I just found out yesterday that he wanted to pick me up. So I'm thinking it could be. I mean, we're just hanging out. I like kind of know the person, so it's not like it's anything wild. We're just going hiking. You know what really it is? It's like my most valuable asset is my time. I feel like a lot of people say that, but like I really feel that, and I don't want to, because I know this person a little bit, I feel like I know that it's going to be fun just because of like the personality. But if I don't feel that way, I'm never going to agree to, you know, spend a few hours unless it's like, oh, does that sound terrible? But I'm so passionate about everything that I do that if I'm gonna take out time in my day, I just want to make sure that it's like gonna be worth that. And just going on random dates is just not something I have been wanting to prioritize because I've been wanting to prioritize other things that I really enjoy. Is that terrible? Maybe some would say, but that's just how I feel. That is just how I feel. I also feel like it would have been nice if I'd gotten a nice voice so that whenever I sing in my vlogs, you guys could actually enjoy it. We can't have it all. I guess that's the theme of this video, isn't it? But we can have all the happiness. You've been doing good at that.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely gotten away from it. I feel like my brain was just getting conflicted with doing videos and dates. And as much as I hate to say it, because I kept, like, when I was doing the dating videos,
yeah,
I remember like listening to David Dobrik and Logan Paul be like, yeah, relationships are tricky if you bring them on YouTube. And I was like, guys, that's not gonna be me. I'm gonna do it differently. Nope, it was me. It's just so hard. Tricky dynamic to balance.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's some people who do a decent job at it.
Oh, shoot. I just missed it.
That's vibing, yeah.
You gotta sacrifice good driving directions for good combos. Even though I haven't been prioritizing dating this last year, I really have been prioritizing friendships and building new connections with like-minded individuals. And I actually just uploaded a podcast episode on this today. And I'll also soon be sharing a YouTube video on how I went about doing this. So subscribe if you want to stay tuned. Does it feel like a sacrifice to you sometimes? Like being so, like, don't you work on your YouTube video like 16 hours a day?
I love it so much that to the point where I'm like, if I am making a sacrifice, it's worth it for me. I guess sometimes you just set a goal and you're like, oh, is it gonna be worth it? If I succeed, then it is worth it. But like, what if you fail too? You know, is it gonna be worth it as well? And
yeah,
for me,
that's a good question.
if I succeed or fail, am I gonna still be happy with the person that I became or become? What are you sacrificing now?
I honestly don't feel like it's a sacrifice. I just, now that I've made the choices that the way that I live, I'm so happy with it. And then if there's something that doesn't feel right, I sit down on my butt, I journal on it, and then I ask myself, like, get really clear, what is it that I actually want? And when I've made that choice, what do I actually want? Then it doesn't feel like a sacrifice anymore because I've made the choice and I'm happy with my decision. I choose to be happy with my decision. That's a choice. So in the building that we're shooting at, there's a little wholesale going on today. So we're looking at stuff, but here's the thing. If we want to save money, for example, then buying clothes may not be the best solution. And maybe we should sacrifice our shopping habits for a little while we save up for this bigger thing that we want for life, right? I've talked many times on my channel about how I was broke for years and how I was living on pennies. And really, if I had not been willing to do that, I would not be where I am in my life today. The willingness to live on an air mattress and eat the ramen and not buy clothes for years in order for me to get to where I'm at today. And still today, I don't buy a lot of clothes or spend money on anything other than reinvesting into my business and my future dreams. Because with the dreams I have, I just believe that's what's going to help me get me there. And I feel like with that perspective, it doesn't even feel like a sacrifice. But I know that to other people with different goals and different values, that maybe would not be worth it for them. Like for instance, if you want to start a business, you may have to sacrifice some time, some evenings with friends and family for some long hours of work. And it's also kind of scary because you have to take risks. If you are currently at a corporate job and you have this dream of starting your own business, taking the leap, and maybe either you started as a side hustle and then at one point you take the leap and you leave that job that you're currently working at to start your own business, like that's a risk. And so you have to sacrifice your safety and this constant income stream to go for this other dream. And the question is, are we willing to do that? Take 25 of Pernella's vloggies.
Give me one more, It's UB2Bs. Hey, how y'all doing? It's Pernella, the one and only, the Super Beast. Yeah.
Got some really good news. I was just on the phone with my grandma and my granddad is doing a lot better. My cousin and brothers have also been keeping me updated. I found out that he was doing better like midway through the shoot, so I'm just so happy about that. And I want to share with you something amazing that we all have heard, I think, how like when something like this happened, you can experience different things, and he had experienced dying twice. But then these ladies then had talked to him and he came back. It's wild, isn't it? It just makes us reconsider our entire perspective on life when something like this happens, but also just how they're magical things that we can't explain. I have an apple in between my legs, happy. But it also gives us a perspective on like, we never know how much time we have left to be in this life, live on this earth. And so we really do have to be intentional with how we want to spend our time. What do we deep down want? Because we only have this one chance and we don't know how many days we have left, so we really gotta go for it. It's as if like life has all these choices, like these clothes, and we get to choose what color shirt am I gonna wear today, what pants am I gonna wear today. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy. Analogy? Is that the right word? Something like that. And I think it's important that we get really clear on which ones we're willing to sacrifice, like which one is the absolute most important thing, so that we can stop beating ourselves in the head over the things that we're not choosing. I like to make these lists where on one side I'm like, I want this, this, and this, but to get this and this and this, I have to sacrifice this, this, and this. And am I willing to do that? And then like playing around with it and switching up. Because for instance, I came here to dance, and then at one point I started creating content, and that just fulfilled me like crazy. And at one point I had to get really honest with myself. If I dance 7 hours a day as I used to, I'm not able to put my absolute most creativity into this content, but I really want to make this content because I feel so fulfilled when I help people. And so for me, I had to get really clear on what is the most important thing for me. And the most important thing for me that fulfills me the absolute most is making these types of videos. And then also sometimes every now and then taking dance classes, doing jobs like this, but just being really honest about it. I have to go now. they're calling on me. So I hope you get really clear on what sacrifices you're willing to make in this life today, tomorrow, and really commit to living a life that for you feels fulfilling and happy, because it's gonna look so different for every single human. And if we strive for some sort of happiness or certain success that someone else wants for us, but it's not our definition of happiness or success, we're never gonna find that deep joy and fulfillment. So we really gotta get intentional about that.
So, you know, there takes a sacrifice or a trade-off for the things that you're trying to achieve. It's simple.
It's simple, but it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, simple things are always the hardest things. It's that, you know, that repetition of doing that. Right?
Crushing it.
No, she's crushing.
Crushing it.
Right? Sacrifice.
If you want to become a fencing master, you're going to be poked. Because you're going to have to be poked a little bit. Just like with everything else in life.